Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to share today's video with you. I always am. And the thing is, I'm always doing my self-work and I'm always journaling and meditating to figure out ways that I can love myself more, that I can show up better and just be a better version of myself. And so today we're talking all about self-worth. And this is a topic that I know is actually coming up a lot more in society, which I am so happy because I think that all of us need to create a deeper connection with ourselves, to trust ourselves more and stop going outside of ourselves for so much validation and get that same validation or get those things from ourselves instead of looking to others for those things. If we grow up around a family, a society, or friends or whatever that devalue us or that we feel like make us feel less than, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, and that is that most of us struggle with self-worth to some degree because the world's not perfect, no one's perfect, and we all struggle with these things at some level. But how do we cultivate and find ways and create a deeper sense of worthiness within ourselves, a sense of being good enough and being able to show up in a way in the world that shows other people that we are valuable and that we're able to validate ourselves and stop needing that so much from other people. And I wrote down a couple things that I wanted to bring up. And the first one is asking yourself where it is that you are pulling your self-worth from. Is it that you are getting worthiness from other people? When other people validate you, other people liking you, or basically you're taking or deriving your worthiness from the outside, meaning that everything that's happening around you is going to determine how you feel about yourself internally. And this is not a good thing because if the outside changes, you change how you feel about yourself, which means deep down within yourself, you're not feeling worthy or you're not feeling good enough. And you don't want to be in such a vulnerable position that you're basing everything about yourself on external circumstances. And this is what I wanted to bring up first. Is my self-worth coming from an external source or is my self-worth coming from within myself? And this is something that I've been sitting with for the past few weeks because I know for me, the biggest struggle has been this idea of perfectionism, feeling like I have to show up perfect. And that's obviously so unrealistic. But the way that I can recognize for myself is I've been completely looking to other people for worthiness. I've been kind of like basing my self-worth off of if other people like me or if I'm showing up in a way that is accepted by my friends or my family or society. And this is obviously going to cause so much internal conflict, especially if you're not being yourself. And in order for us to show up in a way that is authentic, but also in a way that we love ourselves. So something that has really helped me is to cultivate a spiritual practice where I am able to sit in meditation or journal with myself and ask myself the questions like, what is it that is intrinsically, meaning inside myself, what is it that I value about my core? What is it that I value about myself beyond just what other people are saying or telling me? And go deeper than just the superficial. Like, don't just say, oh, I'm beautiful, or oh, I'm a cool person, people like me, or try to dig deeper. What is it about your personality? What is it about you as a person? How do you show up in the world that you truly value about yourself? And then also connecting yourself with whatever it is that you believe in that is a higher power. Some people, this is God. Some people, this is the universe. Whatever it is that you believe in, if you're able to connect yourself with something higher, with something bigger than you, you're able to pull from that energy. And that when we connect ourselves to something bigger than us, we are able to remember how we are a piece of that. I like to think of it this way. in order to remember our worthiness, we have to remember where we came from. And my belief system, my personal belief system, is that we are all coming from the source of God. And if we are all pieces of God, then we should value ourselves the same. And that means that we need to show up in a way that we are embracing our power, that we are embracing our worthiness as a divine being, because we are all born worthy. We are born good enough, and it is only the environment that we grow up in that makes us feel that we are less than. And it's not to blame and shame people, but it is to recognize that we are born into a world that is not perfect. We are born into a world with polarity, where there is going to be dark and light, there is going to be good and evil. And being able to recognize these things, you're able to come to a place of understanding and to recognize that once you embrace the fact that yes, you may have been traumatized in childhood, or you may have had your self-worth, brought down by people around you or whatever, you're able to come back to yourself again and realize that I'm the one that gets to decide if I'm worthy. I'm the one that gets to decide if I'm good enough. And we have to cultivate those things within ourselves, because we don't want to be basing everything on our external and by the people on the outside of us, because that is meaning that we are never going to know within ourselves how worthy and how powerful we are as divine beings. And hopefully this can inspire a lot of you guys to just look within yourself and ask yourself, is my worthiness or is my self-worth coming from an intrinsic place, or is it coming from my external and my environment and the circumstances in my life? Because the more that you can recognize that you are powerful and that you are enough, the more that the world will mirror back to you that worthiness, that power, and that beauty that you radiate. So that is all I have for today's video. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.